Hey there, YouTubers! It's Jeremy with The Level Designer, and I'm here with my 9th video for Blocktober, and I wanted to change things up a bit. I'm still working, I still plan to work within Unreal Engine 5, but I've been working on this Overwatch level, and I've been playing around a lot with the geometry tools that are available in the game, and I just feel like there's been a lot of issues with how the geometry is kind of handled in Unreal Engine, and I'm getting so much more familiar and used to something like Pro Builder in Unity that I wanted to try to do something a little bit different as far as like a multiplayer based game. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to start a new multiplayer map within Unreal Engine 5, and I'm going to use this Lyra Starter game sample. And what I'm going to do with this is I basically, this is something that anyone can play for free or download for free for Unreal Engine 5, and they can go in and they can tweak different levels and that they already have made in there, and work with all of the different assets that they have available. But what I'm going to do is I have a new project open up here, and I'm just going to start a new level from scratch. So what I have here is a control point game that I have. I don't have really a level. I made this kind of cover wall to, just test to make sure that I could block things out on this. But I think this is a great kind of, a great start at building a level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you some of the settings that I had to set in order for this to basically run on my computer. I don't have the most updated hardware. So when I first was playing around with this a while ago, the game, when I'd play it, it would just lag behind, and I was having a lot of performance issues with that. So one of the things that I want to do is kind of show you some steps that you can take in order to make Unreal Engine 5 run a lot more smoothly if you're planning to use this. So one of the first things that I figured out how to do is basically fix the light settings where Lumen, which is Unreal Engine 5's kind of new light system. That's really cool in concept. I really like Lumen. I think it's an awesome kind of system that they have, but kind of for just prototyping levels and doing all that stuff, I felt like I don't really need it. And if you have Lumen enabled and you have a whole bunch of stuff going, something like Lumen is going to cause your computer to lag quite a bit. So one of the first things that I did was I went into, I want to say, project settings, and then down here, if you go down to let me say engine, and then under engine, if you go to rendering, there's a few options that you can check. So if you go all the way down to, let me see if I could find it. Yeah, so if you go to global illumination, by default, Lumen is going to be selected right here. So I just selected it to none. And then I also, just for, just to cover all my tracks, I went with the reflection method to none as well. And then I also lowered my resolution, or reflection capture resolution, down to 128. I think it was like twice as much by default. So I went ahead and fixed the lighting. So right now this Unreal Engine 5 project doesn't have any sort of lighting or anything that they implemented on it, and I think that's fine. Another thing that I wanted to fix, which is kind of a nice, engine-wide setting that you can set if you're working on something in Unreal Engine 5 and your GPU or your graphics card, if it's just chugging along, if you go to world settings here on the side, there should be a... Actually, no, it's not here. I'm going to say it's this cog right here. It's kind of hard to see, actually. I might kind of resize this just so you can see. But there's like a little cog right here that you could hit. Is that it? I don't think that's it. Oh, no, I think I know where it's at. So there's it's this settings. So if you hit this settings on the top here, there is in scalability, there's engine scalability settings. And this kind of sort of, I think, tailors the graphical settings for the engine, kind of like how most games on PC works. So, right now I have it set to medium, but it was set to epic by default. So if you're ever working on a project with an Unreal Engine 5, you might go in and choose either like medium or low and, kind of fine tune that. And also, this gives you a lot of cool, like this gives you really fine-tuned control over like what you want to, specifically alter. So I don't know, it's just kind of a nice setting that, I think everybody should really, play around with and whatnot. But anyway, I want to kind of, illustrate that there's different ways that you can, do that sort of thing. But as far as like setting up a new level, one of the things that I was kind of trying to learn how to do is setting up a level the correct way. And what you have to do is if you download Lyra, you kind of have to have these this plugin and engine folder available. So if you don't have that, I believe... Yeah, so if you go to like the settings in the content drawer, which if you aren't sure how to open this up, it's going to be Control Space on Windows. So if you bring that up, on your settings, it's going to have show engine content here, and then show plugin content. So you'll want to enable those for Lyra, so you can go in and, access all of the different blueprints, like all of the spawners here, and then also there's a folder for maps. So this is where, you can just go up here and create a new level and whatnot. And one of the first things that you have to do when creating a new level is you have to make a what is it called? A Navmest bounds volume. So this right here, this kind of box that's highlighted around, that's going to be the nav mesh that all of the AI spawns in. So if you hit P, that's kind of all of the area that you can see that the enemies will, walk around and whatnot, if that makes sense. So what we have here is we kind of have a basic template, for starting a game. Some other things that we have are we have some control points. So when starting out and making a new level, one of the first things another thing that you have to do is on the world settings here, There's a default gameplay experience that you can overwrite, and these are all the different game modes that come with Lyra. So right now I just have the Lyra shooter game control point selected, but they also have elimination. So if you want to do like you have to eliminate everybody, you have that. And then there's also some other ones. Like I think they have like default experience, which might be standard deathmatch mode. I'm not entirely sure exactly what everything is, but I don't know. I kind of like the control points. I think that kind of allows us to get away with building a bigger map. So that's what we're going to do. And as you can see, we have these control points that are set up around here. I don't really know which ones are which. I'm sure that there's probably a place where we could set that at. I'm not entirely sure. But we can also kind of move them around and stuff. And then another thing that we need to have, or the AI is going to just not really work that well, or it's probably going to like freeze up, is we need to have at least one weapon pickup in the level. Because when you start out with a new level and you don't have a weapon pickup, what happens is the AI spawns in and they'll fight for a bit, but then they'll run out of ammo. And when they do that, and there's no weapon pickup in the level, they just stand there and they don't do anything. So not only are we going to have this, machine gun here, but, let's spawn in a shotgun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the content drawer, and then again, I'm in my plugins and then shooter core content. And then in there's a blueprint folder. And then there we have a weapon spawner that we can actually drag in. So I'm going to drag this in. It's kind of up. So let's just do that. And then here on the side, we can actually go in, and where it says Lyra, we can actually select what type of weapon we want to choose. So let's just go with the shotgun. And what we have here is we have two different weapons that we can select. Now, of course, we can move these around, and we're gonna really play around a lot more with the placements of stuff, as the level builds and whatnot. But I'm just going to kind of save all, and I'm going to test this and just kind of see what this stuff looks like. So right here we have B. So we'll want to probably move this towards the middle. And we can crouch. I really like this. Like, this is a really good pack. And it's really nice because I feel like I can really test out like the level as far as like a multiplayer experience, but they're just bots that I'm facing, so it's not really that complex to make a multiplayer level in Unreal, especially with Lyra. I think a lot more people will be able to really build out. And here I'm about to die. And we have B that is now being overtook. So that kind of gives you a good idea of, the game that we're building. I mean, it's very, very complex. And I think Unreal Engine, the folks at Epic that put this together, did a really fantastic job of just building a framework for, anyone who wants to just, take a stab at making multiplayer levels, you know, you could easily go in here and make something. But with that, let's actually start building the level out. And I'm actually kind of excited about this. So one of the first things I want to do is, I'm not entirely super thrilled about this ground. I don't know. I don't know. But one of the things I want to do, that's kind of the main reason why I wanted to start kind of a new project in Unreal Engine 5, is I want to get away from geometry. And the problem with geometry is that, you know, if I just go in and add, you know, a box, you know, that's great, but, you know, you have to really select the right one. You have to like extrude, and it's, I don't know. I just, the more I use it, the more I'm not really a fan of it. So here's the deal, is I want to get away from geometry. I don't want to use it anymore. And one of the good things that I'm not sure was in Unreal Engine 4, but something in Unreal Engine 5 is they have a new slew of modeling tools. So you have all of these modeling tools, and it's just really kind of more intuitive. So, you know, it's as easy as dragging in a box. Or do I have to, oh no, I have to select it. And then, you know, you create a box there. And then you can actually go into Poly Model, and this is just like a Poly Ed thing. So like Pro Builder, you just, it's so more intuitive than working with geometry tools. So if I wanted to, you know, size this down, I could just select that top and just size it down. So one of the things I want to do is I want to try to replace this ground. So, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And everything's kind of snapped right now, so it's not even really that big of a deal if I you know, just sort of back out and you know, just kind of move this down. But yeah, I mean, the kind of the purpose is I want to replace this floor. I might even make this bigger. So I might even really extend this all the way out and just make a much bigger map. I think maybe about there's fine. Maybe not that big. I don't know. I mean, kind of experiment with it. I think maybe having it a little bit more bigger would probably not be too bad, and we can actually make sure that it all kind of fits. So we could say, hey, let's have this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of grid spaces out. So that's what we can do here, is we can just select this side and just go out into here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we just, yeah, I mean, this is so much more easier, I think, in my mind, than, you know, what it was like for the geometry tools. I just feel like this is a lot more intuitive. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And do one more. I'll just do the same on this side. So we'll try to do the same thing. We'll just bring it out there, and then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so yeah, I think that's really perfect. And then what we can do now is, if we just exit out of that, so if we just go into select mode, should be able just to move it down. So if we just kind of move it, and then we could probably go back into the modeling and just again just select this face and just try to match it up. That's good. And maybe with that, what we could do now is you hit select mode again, and then let's just delete that and see what happens. And we'll just test and make sure that everything works good. Yeah, so I think that's really good. Now what we could do is we could kind of start playing around with, you know, kind of the spawn points and whatnot. So the good thing about having all of the the different spawn points is we have this right here, and then we have these spawn points right here, and really, having these and then having them on either side of the map, that's all you really have to focus on as far as spawn points. So it's not even really that much that you have to figure out. Now, one thing that I'm not entirely sure of is how you add more NPCs or whatnot. So I'm gonna see if I can quickly find that out. Because, I don't know, I kind of want to have a lot more. I want to have maybe like 4 other teammates, or not 4 other ones, but maybe 3 other teammates. So I want to see if I can figure out that. Add NPCs? I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later, because I think there's a nice video that I can watch to kind of just learn, and I can show you guys that later. But I want to just kind of start thinking about the general layout of this level. So we have, I think this is C, I want to say. I want to do something though that I think will help me kind of do a little bit more better job of figuring out like where things are. One of the things that I want to try to do, and it's kind of the reason why I deleted that one floor down below, so I want to see if this is going to work. Cannot modify built-in engine asset. I don't know. I don't think that this is working the way that I thought it would. Oh, I guess it is. I don't know. So the cool thing with this is, you know, you can draw out like boxes and stuff. And you can press Q and E and it will like pull and push and stuff. So what we could do is just create like a nice thing there. We can do that. I don't know. I kind of want to just go into poly edit mode. And what we could do is just pull up that right there, go into poly edit mode. Actually, so I think what happens is you do it once, you go into poly edit mode, and then you just lift it up. Whoa. Actually, I'm kind of thinking that the old floor probably will work better, because what it was doing is I think it was registering that ground as like the same shape. So I think what might be a better idea is if we just use this floor instead and just kind of go from there. But I don't think that's going to be too bad. Yeah, because this one we can just scale like normally. So I think that's fine. And what we might even try to do is excuse me. I'm getting the sniffles. It's that time of year where my allergies, and I was kind of dealing with my allergies last video. But I want to extrude this. And then we might want to see if there's a way to... It's not what I wanted. There has to be a shortcut, I would think, but we can extrude these out. And then just, you know, kind of do the same stuff that we do in Pro Builder. And I think that's really what we're going for here. And like, yeah, this I am so much more... I like this a lot more than the geometry tools. I just feel like... the geometry tools are kind of limiting. And really, like, what I liked about the geometry tools was that there was a really easy way to, like, make interior spaces. But, I don't know, I feel like, you know, even with these tools here, we could probably do something pretty similar. So, I can kind of demonstrate that real fast after we build this just outer wall. But let's extrude this. And we'll just select this and then extrude. And one of the things I'm definitely going to look for is a just a shortcut key that I can use, so I don't have to always hold that down or whatever. But so we kind of have, you know, the start of a good wall here. Of course, it looks very gravelly. Again, we can fix that just by probably making a new material. So if we go into here, is there a material? No, there's not a material folder, but we could make one. And just, you know, create a custom material. So we'll just call this gray. Or gray. I don't know how how people usually spell it. But yeah, I think, what was it? Vector 3? Vertex constant? No, I think it was this one. Yeah, this is what it was. So right here, we could just have it kind of be more gray color. That's a bit white, I feel like. So let's tone that down. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we'll just save that. And we'll just apply it to the wall here. We'll save, and then we'll just play and make sure that, well, it did not it did not apply the material for some reason, so I don't know what that's all about. Save all. So odd. I don't know. It's really weird. So this is A, so A is the one with the side with the shotgun. And then this is C. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to, this is the shotgun right there. So let's move this over here. And we'll move this right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a new kind of wall. So I do want to have a central point. And have, you know, two weapons here. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make another block. I'm going to kind of just look at this. So you can see that I have that there, and then we could just add another block in there. And then on each of these, I'm just going to place a block. And I'm just going to move these around a bit. And then with these, I'm just going to duplicate them. Move them kind of back. And then I'm just going to move those over here so I have them to work with. So we have something going. And then what I'm going to try to do now is go back into modeling and go into polyed. And I can't select multiple objects for some reason. But what I could do is just do that. Extrude. Oh, does that not work? I'll kind of try to keep it kind of the same, and then I'm gonna extrude again. I'll just kind of keep it somewhat like that. So what I could do is I could actually, you know, keep it kind of like that. Might not even be a bad idea to, oh. I guess I didn't save it. That's weird. Let me try that again. So polyed. So I think, yeah, you have to accept it. But that's fine. And we can actually take a look, a closer look at some of the kind of squares here. So this is what, 4 squares in. So we could actually extrude this and have that be 4 squares in. And then on this, we'll just extrude this out, and then we'll have it there. And then we'll just move this up. And then, yeah, click accept. So I think with that in mind, what I might even do is I might go back into select mode, select this, and kind of see if I can kind of better nah, I don't like that. Well, I wonder if we can actually, I don't think we can like control the color of this, but for some reason, it has made another copy. Don't really know what that's all about, but that's kind of perfect because, yeah, I don't know. We can always go in and kind of like fine tune these areas as well. So if we go back into modeling, oh, I gotta go into polyed. Do that, but yeah, this is what we will want to extend. And then we can hit accept. That's so weird. I don't understand. Is it counting it? I wonder if it's counting it as like an extra block? Yeah, I don't really know. It's kind of odd. Again, I'm kind of trying to learn this, like how to do this the correct way. And for some reason, like with that, if I hit accept, I don't know, that's really odd. But maybe what we could do is Okay, so yeah, it like treats it as like one object. Alright, doesn't? I don't have any idea. What? Okay, so we have that, and then we have this, which is not correct. So let's try this polyed. It's kind of a learning experience though. It just changes them. I don't know what is going on. I mean, they're different. We're just going to select. I don't know. That's really odd. Does changing this? Brush editing. No, that's not what I want. I just want modeling. Just changing this. Does that do something to any of the other? I think I'm gonna just keep it kind of like that, but I am gonna bring this in. Maybe have like a skinnier wall or something. That's perfect. Just see, accept. That doesn't do anything to that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna delete that. Going to just make that there. I don't know. I don't know what's up with like these walls. Like I save it, but we kind of test play and see how it goes. Like the biggest thing is just making sure that the cover works and whatnot. I'm about dead here. Get this gun here. I just love the effects in this pack. It's just so cool. Oof. Oh, now he has a shotgun, so that's no good. And again, like we have a time limit. I'm assured that there's a score that we will want to kind of let's capture this point. Oh, dang. I don't know if the cover's working. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. Oh, we have full control. I was trying to go for that shotgun. This is kind of fun, too. I mean... And we're gonna have to test play a lot more of the game. There we go. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of a good start for, you know, setting up Lyra and starting a custom level that we can go in and make. And yeah, I think it's a great system. But yeah, I'm very excited to get more into this at later episodes and just see like what we can do with this. But again, I want to thank everybody for watching. This video is about 45 minutes right now, so I think it's a good time to wrap up. But if you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to you know, place a comment down below. And if you want to see more updates, then feel free to, you know, subscribe to the channel and stuff. But yeah, I look forward to building out more of this level and playing a lot more with Lyra and seeing what sort of things that we can do and come up with. And I might even kind of go beyond the blackout and see if we can really make something out of, you know, this little package. I think that would be really great. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope to see you guys at another time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.